This storied house has seen some of the game's greats. Boz, Bradford, Peterson, and Stoops. Welcome, everyone, to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Palace on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. He'll bring it out. It's Banks. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Wolverines' return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
Oh, it's a reverse. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Touchdown Sooners! And the defense doing work. You know, the defense is all about stopping teams, but when you have a chance to swing momentum, scoop it and score yourself, it is such a huge play.
Man, you should go over the offense like, bro, we don't need you. We got this. We'll score ourselves if we have to. Great job by the defense doing what they need to do. I think they're talking a little trash to the offense.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going for it all. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will try to get something going with their first possession. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
Quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. A running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
From the shotgun, the inside give. At the 35, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The Sooners will snap it on first and 10. He'll keep it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball up.
Wants to throw. It's Hawkins. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The play action fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Davis will throw. Gets it out fast. Got room at the 35. Oh, look out. The 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Slips through the line. Just plowing ahead. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They run the reverse. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Looking to move it through the air. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Going for it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. 4th down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. They'll try it on the ground. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Throws for the tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O's. They'll take the help from the penalty, but it's still 3rd and 9. To the air, it's Hawkins. Quickly to the tight end. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. And now on 2nd down for this offense. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Might as well stick with him. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Yeah, a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
He finds his man. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field. He's going to pass. Back open in the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Quickly complete. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of his ability after the...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sooner. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes with the return. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Now on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Hands it off. Nice move there. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Davis looking to pass. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. And the Wolverines will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The Sooners have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. It's a 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And they're barely able to stop the score. They'll mark it at the 1.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Powers forward. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Banks. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation,
sends it downfield. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. And after making the interception, he takes it inside the 40.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
To the air, it's Hawkins. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
On second down, just keeps firing. Quick strike complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. From the 22 on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. They've got the screen set up. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great.
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Here's the handoff. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Give to the single back. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Looking to go up top on first down. Got his man. Still running at the 40. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Going up top on first down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Davis will throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. He wants to go deep. Reels it in down the left side. All kinds of running room. Touchdown Sooner. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Banks. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They're bringing heat. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Good enough for a 1st down.
Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Sooners line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Wants to throw on 3rd. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
For the offense.
Give to the running back. Hard running there. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Davis looking to pass. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Wolverines are flying down the field. To the ground with the back. Nice move to keep running. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. And the Wolverines get enough to move the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. Smashes it between the uprights. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier.
Going for the big play. Makes the catch on the left. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the route is on.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
He'll bring it out. It's Banks. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards.
What in the world was he doing? Where was he going? And they get him for a safety. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. First down here for the offense.
1st and 10.
They'll start this drive with a pass. He's got his man. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. Trying to get behind the defense. So close to a huge gain there, but he makes the catch out of bounds. It's incomplete. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Yeah, and I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He'll pull it down. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
3rd down play from the gun. He's taking the shot. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown Sooners! And the pummeling has started. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And the extra point is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something pop.
Snatches it on the right. Can anyone catch him? And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wolverine. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The offense set for a 1st down play. Handoff from the gun. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Pocket starts to collapse. He's going to run it. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a 1st down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Looking to pass. It's Hawkins. Coming after him. And they got him for the sack.
How about this defense? This defense is getting after the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable. The 3rd sack of the day. Hard to have a good passing attack when your quarterback's trying to throw from his back.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. A 3rd and long coming up here. They'll run play action. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Running it back, it's Stewart. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Tosses it incomplete. Couldn't make the play last time. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 30. He's looking to throw. He lofts one down the sideline. And it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll run it from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's got it. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Sooners with the 1st and 10.
For the offense.
He's going to pass. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I'm starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football and making sure I was in bounds.
Tackle is made after the 1st down.
A lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They're still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the score.
And the Sooners will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He'll just keep slinging it. Got his man quickly.
Well, I love the body control there by the running back. He had to catch that right on the sideline, make sure he had his feet in bounds, try to pick up some positive yards.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll throw it. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Utah is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Utah. But a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. A lot to go through in the film session this week.
Lofts one high and deep. Snags it on the right. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the 1st half and starting off the 2nd half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off play action. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
As an offense, you've got to know it. This part of the field, deep in your own end, you have got to do a better job in pass pro if you're going to call a pass play at this juncture in the game. Not good enough.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to beat the D deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Sooners decide to punt it away. Here's the punt, and it is not a very good one. A short punt. Well, they've put their defense in a tough spot as that is marked down at the 35-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Davis will throw. Makes his connection. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle, it's Stewart. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Davis looking to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
This is exactly how you draw it up. This is a situation where you can have all the easy stuff. We're not giving up the big play. The defense understands the situation, forces the incompletion, and now has a chance to just take that beautiful victory formation, run the clock, and get the W.
And that is how we will wrap this one up. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back.